Hi guys, and welcome back to the farmhouse. Today I'm going to be doing some prep on our tomato bed. We decided this year that we were not going to amend the entire bed. We normally do 2 rows down this bed and we have a walkway in the middle. So we decided that we were going to only amend the rows and leave the walkway as it was, just to save some of our composted topsoil. So in doing this though, our landscaping mesh doesn't quite fit over top of the bed. So I'm going to add another piece of landscaping mesh, which means I also need to burn some more holes, and I've got to get it all staked down with some lawn staples. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, and then we're going to get started. So here is our tomato bed. As you can see, we do 2 rows down. We support with a cattle panel. We took the front cattle panel off just so that we could amend it and would just make some things easier. So what Jamie did is he mounded the rows and left the middle kind of sunken. Well, with that, the landscaping mesh doesn't fit quite right. So my plan is to fold the landscaping mesh back into the walkway. Then I'm going to add a new piece of landscaping mesh and then burn all the holes, and then I will rearrange the soaker hose. That way, hopefully tomorrow, or maybe Tuesday, not sure yet, we can get all of these tomatoes planted. So I have my landscaping mesh, I have my plywood with our pre-drilled holes. I have to go find the Bernzomatic, not 100% sure where that is, and I also have to go find the lawn staples. So I have to find those, but I'm gonna start by removing all of these bricks on the left-hand side and folding back this landscaping mesh to see what we got. I am cutting this with a pair of scissors. That is not recommended, but I can't find the Bernzomatic yet, so scissors it is. The reason why you want to burn it instead of cutting it is because it's a plastic, it frays really easily, and burning it will just make it so those ends seal and it doesn't come apart. But like I said, I can't find the Bernzomatic yet, so this is what we're doing. I got it all laid out. I'm gonna open it up and lay this across the beds. These are my landscaping staples. They come in a box from Amazon. We have found these to be the best thing to keep this landscaping mesh in place, and then if we need to move it, they pull up really easily. Landscaping mesh is down. It probably would have been much easier with 2 people, but it's just me this afternoon. But I got it all down. I got staples along the back edge, and I have 2 staples on the front edge, but I am gonna leave it open so that I can position the soaker hose once I am done burning my holes. So the first thing you wanna do before you burn your holes is, if you already have your soaker hose down, make sure you move it out of the way, because you will burn a hole in it and then it won't be usable. Then I have my Burn-O-Matic and my template. These holes I think are they 3-inch or 4-inch? I don't remember. I'll have to let you know. And then they are 9 inches apart on center. So we grow our tomatoes 18 inches apart. So instead of doing these 2, I do them these 2 to make sure that they're far enough apart. So what I'm gonna do is pick a guide. I'm probably gonna use this, there's a green line here. Use the green line as my guide, and I am going to burn the holes all the way down. I'll make sure that I burn a few so then I can double up to make sure that they stay in a straight line. This should be pretty easy though, because this landscaping fabric has the green on it already. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and hopefully I don't run out of fuel. Uh-oh. All right, it looks like I am out of fuel, so I'm gonna pause this and we'll come back to it in a little bit once I fill this up. All right, back to burning our holes. I actually had to go get more fuel for our Burn-O-Matic, so it is actually the next day. So in order to do this, I have my template lined up. And I have my helper. I am going to use the green line, and I'm gonna try and stay in the middle of that green line. It's not gonna be exactly straight, but hopefully it will work. So the quickest and the easiest way to do this is to just make quick movements. It does not take much to do this, but just quick movements until it's melted. So here we go.
What's not burning? Cool.
So then you can see that one's done. I'm gonna leave this on here, use it as a template, and go on to our next one.
Why is it burning up?
There we go. Oh, hot. Those circles are hot, like I just told Hunter. Wait until they cool off before you move them. I burn 2 at a time so that I can lift this up, and I use the last hole as a guide for my next hole. So I'm gonna set you guys up on a time lapse, and we're gonna go all the way down the row. All right, all of the holes are burned. I'm gonna move the soaker hose back, and then this will be ready to plant. Some of the reasons we like to use landscaping mesh is basically it cuts down on the amount of time we spend weeding. We are a family of 6, we have 4 kids. Jamie works a full-time job and I work a part-time job. So if we can eliminate some of the weeding from our garden, the better off we'll be. So we might weed once or twice until the plants can cover the holes, but then after that it's really no weeding. We're just doing a lot of maintenance on tying up the tomatoes and keeping everything healthy. So that is the main reason to use landscaping mesh. One of the cons is the initial investment in landscaping mesh. It can be a hefty bill in the beginning, but these landscaping mesh, once you have it burned and you have them set, you will have them for years. They last a really long time. So I am going to set this up so you can watch Jamie plant this garden with all of our tomatoes, and yeah, so you can see how that works. As it worked out, Jamie did not have enough time to plant this garden, so I am going to plant it. It is a lot of tomatoes, and I can tell you that as I was planting it, I was really not happy because Jamie put in 2 seeds in each little cell tray, or in some of the cell trays, he put 6 seeds. So it was not the easiest to plant, just for the pure and simple fact that there were a lot of tomatoes and I couldn't divide them if he put more than 1 seed per cell. So note to self, next year we will be doing 1 seed per cell. You'll see as this goes along, I am adding a white substance to each hole. That substance is eggshells. We add eggshells to the hole to help with the growing and calcium. This is something we learned from Jess over on Roots and Refuge. We have seen great results by doing this. Another tip for planting your tomatoes, you want to plant them as deep as you possibly can. Tomatoes will grow roots on its stem anytime that it's underground. So the deeper you can plant them, the stronger your plants are going to be, and just overall health of your plants will be so much better. So that is why we plant them deep. I am also using my trusty butter knife to get the seedlings out of the tray, which has been a game changer for us in not killing plants and seedlings. But gonna plant all of these in, then I will make sure they get watered really well. Gonna make sure they at least get 1 inch of water, and then we will set up the cattle panel trellis within the next couple of days. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me at the farmhouse today. If you have any questions about growing tomatoes in landscaping mesh, please make sure that you leave them in the comments below. And make sure that you head on over to Instagram and follow us on Instagram so that you can see how these tomatoes grow and how much success we have with growing them on cattle panel trellises. But thanks again, and we will talk to you guys soon.